If your cat greets you at the door, do you know what they're really doing? Most people think it's simple. My cat missed me. End of story. But that greeting is one of the most emotionally loaded things your cat does all day. And if you get it wrong, which almost every owner does without realizing, you're not just missing a cute moment. You're missing a conversation your cat only has with you and no one else. Let's decode it. They're reading you before you say a word. Have you ever noticed your cat acts differently depending on the kind of day you've had? That's not a coincidence. The second you walk through that door, your cat is reading you. A study published in the journal Animal Cognition found that cats can distinguish between human emotional expressions and actually change their behavior based on what they pick up. So, when you come home stressed, frustrated, or anxious, your cat already knows before you even put your bag down. And here's what makes this fascinating. They don't just notice it, they respond to it. If you walk in tense, some cats will keep their distance, not because they don't care, but because they're being careful. Other cats will do the opposite and come closer, almost like they're checking on you. It depends on the bond you've built. Think about that for a second. Your cat is doing something that most people in your life don't even do. They're paying attention to how you actually feel, not how you say you feel. But this is just the surface because later I'm going to talk about why your cat chose the door specifically as the place to do all of this. And when you hear the reason, it's going to change the way you see this entire moment. And it goes way deeper than you think. They're rewriting your scent every time. Ever wonder why your cat rubs their head against your legs the second you walk in? Most people think it's just their way of saying hello, but what's actually happening is way more intentional than that. Your cat has scent glands along their cheeks, forehead, and the base of their tail. And when they press against you at the door, they're not cuddling, they're marking you. You've been out in the world all day picking up smells from places, people, food, maybe even another animal. And to your cat, you come home smelling like a stranger. That rub is their way of fixing that. They're applying their own pheromones onto you to make you smell like home again, like you belong to their world. Researchers call it bunting, and it's one of the most deliberate scent behaviors cats have. And here's the part most people miss. If you come home smelling like another cat or dog, that greeting might be longer, more intense, more urgent. They're not being clingy. They're working overtime to erase what doesn't belong and put their stamp back on you. And hey, if your cat has been greeting you at the door this whole time and you're just now finding out what they were actually saying, hit like and subscribe so we can reach more owners who had no idea their cat was speaking a language they never learned to listen to. Some greetings are actually complaints. What if that adorable greeting at the door isn't actually a greeting at all? I know that's hard to hear, but stay with me on this one. Sometimes when your cat meets you at the door, they're not saying, "I missed you." They're saying, "Finally, you're back. Now fix something." And honestly, once you learn to spot the difference, you'll never look at that moment the same way again. Here's what I mean. If your cat greets you and then immediately walks toward the kitchen, stops, and looks back at you, that's not affection. That's an escort. They're literally walking you to the food bowl because in their mind, you being home means the restaurant is open. And it's not just food. Some cats will greet you at the door and lead you straight to the litter box because they've been waiting for you to clean it. Others will meow nonstop from the second you walk in. Not because they missed your voice, but because their day has been boring and you're the only entertainment that just showed up. A study from the University of Sussex found that cats have actually developed a specific type of cry that blends a purr with a high-frequency meow, almost like a baby's cry, specifically to get their owners to respond faster. They learned how to push your buttons and they use it right when you walk in the door. So, how do you tell the difference between a love greeting and a complaint? Watch what happens after. A cat that greets you and stays close, that's the connection. A cat that greets you and leads you somewhere, that's a request. Both are valid, both are communication, but only one is the one you think it is. They learned your exact routine by heart. Did you know your cat can hear your car pulling into the driveway before you even turn off the engine? That might sound dramatic, but it's actually backed by science. Cats can hear frequencies up to 64,000 Hz, which is almost 2 times higher than what dogs can pick up. So, the sound of your specific car, your footsteps on the pavement, even the way you grab your keys out of your pocket, your cat has memorized all of it. They're not waiting at the door by accident. They heard you coming minutes ago. But it goes deeper than just sound. Cats are incredibly sensitive to patterns. They learn what time you wake up, what time you leave, and almost down to the minute, what time you come home. Their internal clock is so accurate that researchers at the University of Liverpool found that cats show increased activity and restlessness right before their owner's usual arrival time. They're not just noticing you came home, they've been counting down. And here's the part that gets me. When you're late, that greeting at the door is different. It's louder, more intense, sometimes even frantic. Because for the last 20 or 30 minutes, your cat has been sitting with a low-level anxiety, wondering if the pattern broke, wondering if something went wrong. So, when your cat is already sitting at the door before you even touch the handle, don't take that lightly. That means your cat has been thinking about you long before you walked in. Your first 10 seconds make or break it. What's the first thing you do when you walk through the door? Be honest. Most people kick off their shoes, check their phone, drop their bag, maybe call out to someone in the house. And your cat, they're right there looking up at you, and you just walked right past them. Here's why that matters more than you think. Cats are not like dogs. They don't beg for your attention twice. When a cat shows up at that door, they're offering you a moment of connection on their terms, and if you blow past it, they register that. Not with anger, not with drama. They just quietly stop expecting anything from that moment. And this is what breaks my heart. Over time, some cats stop greeting at the door altogether. Not because they stopped caring, but because they learned that the moment doesn't lead anywhere. You come in, you're distracted, and they get nothing from it. So, they move on before you do. But here's the good news. It takes almost nothing to get this right. 10 seconds, that's it. Crouch down, slow your energy, give them a calm acknowledgement, let them sniff your hand, rub against you, do their thing. You don't need to pick them up or make a big deal out of it. Just be present for the length of one slow breath and that's enough. You're their safe place and they need you. Remember earlier when I said there's a deeper reason your cat chose the door and not the couch, the bed, or anywhere else in the house. This is what I was talking about. The door is the most vulnerable spot in your cat's entire territory. It's where the outside world breaks in. Every noise, every unfamiliar smell, every potential threat enters through that one point. And your cat knows this better than anyone because they've been monitoring it all day while you were gone. So, when they sit at that exact spot waiting for you, they're not just being cute. They're positioning themselves at the one place in their world where safety and danger meet, and they're choosing to be there because you are what makes that spot safe again. Ethologists, scientists who study animal behavior, discovered something powerful about this. Many cats treat their owner as what's called a secure base. It's the same concept used to describe how a toddler feels when their parent walks back into the room. Stress goes down, cortisol drops, and the nervous system finally relaxes. Your cat is doing the same thing. The second you walk through that door, their body chemistry literally shifts because you're home. So, the next time you open that door and your cat is sitting there looking up at you, know this. That's not a habit. That's not hunger. That's your cat telling you in the only way they know how that you are their calm in a world they don't fully trust. And they've been waiting all day just to feel that again.